Understanding self and others. We've looked at professional identity. We need to look at how a reflective practitioner can develop a professional identity. What we know is that meaning is constructed through communication and cooperation with others, and it is by participating in this communication and cooperation that teachers start to develop a professional identity. And what can be very useful in developing a professional identity for a reflective practitioner is to have a mentor. A mentor is another teacher, somebody who is experienced, highly competent, and can be a model for the teacher in terms of their role in the classroom and their improving, developing professional identity. And in this sense, professional growth for the reflective practitioner means that the mentor is working with the individual to develop their professional practice and to develop the work that they do on an ongoing basis in the classroom. In this sense, for the mentor and the mentee, the person being mentored, experience and critical reflection of the experience is important to the development of pedagogical understanding and therefore professional identity. And therefore there is a relationship between the mentor and the mentee which is critical and detailed. It can involve looking at assumptions and making these very, very clear and maybe even challenging them in order to arrive at more clarity and deeper understanding. Experiences with theory-based practice can also be looked at between the mentor and the mentee. This is where the teacher is putting into practice theory as described in the literature, and then with the mentor reflecting on that application of theory, how well it went and how it could be improved in the future, whether changes need to be made to the approach in relation to the experience. And such experiences then become expressions of competence and good teaching for both the mentor and the mentee. It is all about then developing that identity as a professional, a highly performing professional. And therefore, professional identity is constructed developmentally by the individual reflective practitioner and also by the mentor. And therefore we can consider it as a maturation process. The teacher matures as a professional. Professional identity develops over time and matures also. And therefore it begins as a process for a novice teacher, somebody who's just starting the teaching profession, and evolves continually over time. The mentor has a part to play in that professional development and in the professional identity maturation. And ultimately what happens is that both the mentor and the mentee benefit from the process, but in particular the mentee starts to build their professional identity. And what we can see then is that all of this comes together into a constructed, meaningful whole, where the identity of the individual teacher, the reflective practitioner, is based in not only thought, but also an appreciation of that thought, what it actually means, and also the language that they use to express that understanding. And the mentor's role in this is to provide a social and a personal narrative for the reflective practitioner, along with the situational context which helps the teacher develop their professional identity.